Welcome to Alpine Daily for Tuesday. What I'm going to do over the next few weeks is going to be reading from the book of Hebrews, each week one chapter. So we'll be in the next several weeks taking a nugget from each of the chapters of Hebrews. And today we're going to talk about the greatness of Jesus. In fact, this is the theme really of the whole book, but chapter 1 especially. Let's look at the first few verses. Verses 1 through 4, it says, "After God spoke long ago in various portions and in various ways to our ancestors through the prophets, in these last days he has spoken to us in a Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, and through whom he created the world. The Son is the radiance of his glory and the representation of his essence, and he sustains all things by his powerful word, so that when he had accomplished cleansing for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high. Thus he became so far better than the angels as he has inherited a name superior to theirs." The first chapter of Hebrews is establishing that Jesus is far better than the angelic beings that he created. And that seems obvious to us today, but in the Jewish culture at the time, the angels were highly revered, and Jesus was just a new idea to them. And so he wants to point out why Jesus is superior to the angels and, in fact, to anything else. And the first thing we see is that Jesus is God's highest and final revelation to us. He says God spoke long ago. He spoke through the prophets in different ways. But look, in these last days, we're living in a different era of revelation. It says he has spoken to us in a Son. You know, the highest revelation of God is his Son. We revere the Bible and we believe in the authority of it, but the Bible is really ultimately an explication of Jesus. Jesus tells us who the Father is, what the Father is like, what his will for us in the world. The second reason Jesus is so awesome is because he is everything God is. The Son is the radiance of God's glory, the representation of his essence. He exactly represents everything that God is. Jesus is fully God himself, fully God in the flesh. And then the third thing we see that's so awesome about Jesus is that he sustains the ongoing existence of creation. That's how powerful he is. And verse 3 says he sustains all things by his powerful word. If Jesus were to give the command, the universe would stop working. Atoms would stop vibrating. All life would cease. That's how amazing he is. And then there's a fourth thing. That is that Jesus has completely accomplished our salvation. It says when he had accomplished cleansing for sins, he sat down. Later on in Hebrews, it's going to emphasize this phrase here. He sat down, meaning that he was done. There was nothing else he needed to do. He accomplished cleansing for our sins, and it's a done deal. And then finally, that we're going to see here that Jesus is supreme. He's great because he occupies the highest position of honor in the whole universe. He sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high. This is here, the Majesty on high is a name for God. Jesus sat down at the right hand of God the Father, and symbolically that's a place of honor and authority in the world. And so right off the bat, you can see how amazing Jesus is. I want you to stop and you can pause this, maybe read through chapter 1 for yourself, but pause and take some time to pray. And mostly this morning today, just give praise for who Jesus is and what he's like. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful day.